there's a lot of people talking about the Fauci pardon. And, it's a good question to ask. What are they pardoning him from? What is he worried about? He's a doctor. He's just doing good things. And I thought it was pretty interesting. Andrew Schultz, who is kind of a Trump guy, but kind of not a Trump guy, kind of wondered this aloud the other day. And I thought, how many more people are doing this? I'm just going to play this clip. It's only a minute long.
But Fauci took the pardon. Fauci could say, I don't want the pardon. I don't think I did anything wrong. But he took the pardon.
Take it, by the way.
I don't blame anybody for taking the pardon.
I do, because now you're guilty. Because there are a lot of people that were on the January 6th committee that were offered a pardon, and they said no. They're like, I did my job. I was supposed to investigate this. I did what I was supposed to do. I don't want the pardon.
If you're Fauci, you're not taking a pardon?
What's in my arm, yo?
Not mine.
That's what I'm saying. What's in my arm, yo? Why are you taking a pardon? What's in my arm, yo?
Okay.
What's in my arm?
I'm taking that part. I don't give a fuck.
If I put some shit in my arm, you're not allowed to get pardoned. You told me I need to put some shit in my arm.
He did.
Now you can't go get pardoned. You gotta hold the weight of that decision. That's your job.
Yep.
What's in my arm, yo?
I mean,
what's about to come out?
You ain't wrong. Like, it looks a suspect. It
I
definitely looks
think
crazy suspect. Yeah.
I think it's because they lied about knowing it was a man-made virus, knowing it came from China, whatever. They were lying about the origins of it. That's what my first thought. Could be the vaccine too, but I tend to think it's
Well, it's also the Beagles. It's also if you educate yourself on what he did during the AIDS epidemic, it's stuff he did then. Yeah, I mean, I don't judge anybody for getting the jab. I don't ask their status, but I will openly say, yes, I did not get it. I never even considered getting it.
Same.
My parents got it because they're old, and their doctor said, if you get this, you'll die. Can I blame them for getting it? My parents weren't like branch COVIDians. They're just regular old people. My dad had COPD. If my dad got the common cold, he had like a high percentage chance of it killing him. Having it turn to pneumonia. Every year he was in the hospital for 3 weeks at a time because he would get the flu and it would almost kill him. So when he got the jab, I didn't have much to say about it because all the young, healthy people that got it, I was like, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Like 0 school-age children died from this disease, effectively 0. Why are you giving it to your 3-year-old?
Yep.
0 3-year-olds died from it. What are you doing? You're 70, you have COPD, you have other complications. I understand why you did what you did. Okay. I'm less of a hardliner about that. Your kid wants to play sports. My kid really wanted to play football and it was required to play football. Sorry, no. You should have told him no.
Yep.
You said, it's my job to protect you. I'm your father. I'm your mother. You're not getting this because we don't know what it's going to do. Well, I would change schools. I'll drive you to a different school that doesn't require it.
Right.
I'll do whatever I can do so you can still play sports or you can still do whatever, but you're not getting it. You want to go do it. You feel like you did the right thing. It's not my job to tell you didn't. And hopefully, seriously, hopefully you'll be fine. I don't wish any ill will on people that got it. People were scared. But when you pardon this guy, it makes me ask questions. Makes me wonder. What do you think, Gothix?
Well, I think, again, as you said, I don't blame people for getting it because fear. It's a very powerful motivator. And I think that if anything, this is also a teachable moment about, believing things on someone's authority. And authority isn't bad. Obviously, my authority is God. But what happened with COVID is people took the jab because they believed Fauci. They believed the doctors who got the information from the CDC and Fauci. And obviously, if you're taking a pardon, that probably means that something is in your arm, that something is wrong.
Yeah, I would think you're at least worried a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people lost friends over it. I didn't.
Yeah, I did.
But Melonie did.
I lost a crap ton of friends over it because at that time, like all these gaming streamers and stuff, and everyone in the mainstream gaming industry were all typing these like virtue signaling. If you don't get the jab, then you're a selfish person and unfollow me right now, this and that. And I kept seeing that. And I'm seeing like, why are these people pressuring their viewers, these streamers or these like people who work at these gaming companies? Why are they doing that? Let me go ahead and be the voice of reason because I'm not getting no jab. So I make a post saying, hey,
also you're super healthy. You don't have to worry about anything. You know, you had every reason not to get it.
Exactly. I said, don't let people guilt trip you into getting a shot you don't want. Like I didn't get it. And oh my goodness, just the wave of people coming after me. I lost so many friends over that. And them calling me terrible names, acting like I was a terrible person and grandma killer, this, that, and the other. And it's like, where's my apology? I never got one. I never got one.
Yeah. And where are those people? Like, how many of them like carry a deep sense of regret? We're going to see some real data. Now, I don't know. It's none of my business. I don't know if you're public about it, Gothix, or not. I don't know if you got it. And if you're public,
no, I didn't.
You don't have to. Okay. So you don't have it. So I can speak more freely. When those blood clot numbers come out in a few years, I mean, the number of soccer players who are probably the healthiest cardiac people on the planet literally dying on the field. And everyone was like, this is normal. The clots that these doctors are pulling out of people's veins now, when those numbers come out in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, I am so afraid for people that I love that got it, that like they have a ticking time bomb in their body.
Yeah.
Like I don't make fun of them. I worry about them. Like I mean, you made a decision I didn't agree with. But it was, you know, literally your body, your choice. I'm not going to tell you not to get it. I'm not your dad.
Right.
But I have friends that did. I have a friend that got it. His name's Aaron. He had to get it because he worked with government contracts.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is my whole business. I don't have a choice. He's like, I'll just get the Johnson & Johnson one because you only have to get one to beat the minimum requirements. Whatever happened to that Johnson & Johnson jab? Does anybody remember? Oh, yeah, it was pulled. It was pulled off the shelves. So now this guy, he's had, you know, kidney problems and all this other kind of stuff. He's a relatively healthy guy. I'm not saying it's not, maybe he just has, you know, I'm not a doctor. I can say it's connected.
Right.
But now every time he gets sick or he had a cancer scare, I'm like, man, you know, what did you put in your arm? Like, did you know, again, is it possible? It's unrelated. Sure. Both of his parents live deep into their 80s, relatively healthy family bloodline. You know, now he's having all sorts of health problems. I don't know that it's related. I'm not even saying it is. I can't prove that, but I think it. You know, when my dad died, he had just got out of the hospital. Sorry, Mom. I know you listen to the show and this is going to be upsetting for you, but I believe that the jab did not help him. I'll put it that way. You know, I think ultimately he had a heart attack in the morning and just croaked. He had heart problem. He had congestive heart failure from smoking and all other things just compiled and whatever. But like, I don't think the jab helped him.
Right.
My mom didn't get it, but she had to get it because if she didn't get it, she'd kill my dad. Literally. Like if she got COVID and brought it into the house, my dad, I truly believe he never would have survived it. So I would never judge my mom for getting it, but I worry about her.
Yeah. I mean,
what that stuff does to her and what her family, you know, I will have the rest of the left wing part of my family that had to run out and get it, you know, and got 3 boosters.
Yep. Yeah, I have some extended family members who got it and I worry about them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hopefully it's all coincidence and, you know, whatever, but there are studies that are coming out that do not look good. Based on the increase of blood clots and when they're doing these blind studies, people that got it, people that didn't get it, the health problems that people who didn't get it or people who did get it are having are very high. I suspect a lot of these parents carry a lot of guilt for cramming that stuff in their kids' their 3-year-old's arm, 5-year-old's arm, 10-year-old's arm. Like, you know, and people did die from the jab too.
Yeah, I know someone that died.
Yeah. So
also just to point out, like, this is the same administration that was trying to manipulate people into getting the jab while having wide open borders. And so I'm putting two and two together.
Them to get it.
Right, not requiring them to get it. So I'm putting 2 and 2 together, and it looks like a replacement of the American population. That's what it looks like to me.
Oh, spicy.